What is going on, everybody? Zac Graham here for FTN Daily, previewing Game Week 3 on the MLB side of things at Sorare. Starts this afternoon, so make sure you get those lineups in. And if you're just tuning in for the first time and you're wondering what the heck is Sorare, let me tell you a little bit about it before we dive into Game Week 3. Sorare is a sports fantasy game and marketplace featuring officially licensed digital player cards from the NBA, MLB, and global football. With Sorare, you own and build teams, buying, selling, collecting, and trading officially licensed digital player cards, and compete with them in fantasy games to win rewards week over week and season over season, just like professional sports owners and general managers. Rewards for these contests include player scarcity cards and real life rewards, such as tickets to games, autographed jerseys, gift cards, VIP experiences, and more. Bringing that physical and digital world together, Sorare is the future of fantasy sports, taking ownership to the next level, a true dynasty game in which players own their cards forever. And so with that, I mean, you can, if you haven't signed up yet, right, you can use the link in the description of this video, sign up for Sorare, and when you purchase your first 5 cards on the primary marketplace, you're going to get a 6th limited card for free, and that'll help you compete in those scarcity competitions. But if you just want to get started, you can do so for free and play in these common contests. And actually, I mean, you could play in the majors contest where people can play limited cards, but you're going to be a little bit behind the 8 ball there. I mean, I guess let's look first at the tournament eligibility here, right? So you can see minors, common, all-star. There's also a prospect competition for the newbies. I was in that game week 1. That prospect competition is only allowed, or you're only eligible for the prospect competition, rather, if you're a newcomer. It's only for managers participating in their first game week, and you can only use common cards in that prospect contest. Then once you've gotten through that prospect contest, minors, majors, common, all-star. The minors, this is where I'm going to be competing this week. Still only common cards, managers who have already competed in the prospect competition and have not competed in a limited, rare, super rare, or unique competition. Those are the managers eligible for the minors. Rewards are limited cards to the top 200 finishers and then common cards to the rest of the field. And managers graduate from this minors competition as soon as they win a limited card in any competition. Then you can get to the majors down here. Both common and limited cards are allowed in the majors in any amount, but your limited cards will receive a 40% scoring bonus. And all managers who have never played in limited, rare, super rare, unique competitions, again, are eligible for this majors contest. But if you do have some of those limited cards, obviously you are going to be a step ahead with that 40% scoring bonus. And then common all-star kind of sandwiched in between here. All managers are eligible for common all-star. So once you do start playing in those scarcity contests, win some of those scarcity cards, you will still be able to participate at the common level, but only in this common all-star tier. Card scarcity there, only common cards are allowed. So you can't go purchase or win a bunch of scarcity cards and then put them into common all-star. And again, you see top 100 finishers get a limited card in that common all-star contest, and 100% of the field is paid out with a reward common card. But then we've also got those scarcity contests. We didn't talk about this last week. To play in these limited tournaments down here, you can see I don't have enough limited cards in my collection currently like I do on the NBA or the soccer side of things. Once you get 7 limited cards, you will unlock these limited tournaments. Again, 7 cards to field the team on the MLB side of things here. It's Sorare. But the higher you go in these scarcity tournaments, at least for now, you don't need 7 cards of that tier. For example, if you go down to these rare tournaments with the red icons here, you need to use at least 4 rare cards, but you can use up to 3 limited cards to round out your team in any of those rare tournaments. Once you get into this rare pro contest right here. You need 7 rare cards for that one. And similar in this super rare tier, super rare all-star, you need at least 3 super rare cards, but you can use 4 rare cards to fill out your roster there. Once you get to super rare pro, again, 7 super rare cards needed. And in this unique tournament, for the whales, for the real sickos there, you need at least 2 unique cards. You can use up to 5 super rare cards. And for all competitions, for what it's worth, you need at least 2 MLB teams represented in any lineup for it to be valid. And another cool thing that, I guess I'll touch on this again before we look at the starters. You look at obviously it's very early in the season, just game week 3 today. You look at the direct manager sales here, and I'll go back to Paul Goldschmidt as I did last time just to illustrate. Last time we saw just one Paul Goldschmidt 2023 limited card available on the marketplace. Like, you'll see these 2022 cards. This is one right here with Nelson Velasquez. That is going to have a smaller multiplier, a smaller XP bonus because it is an old card. You're going to see larger bonuses on your 2023 cards. So those are the ones you want to target. Not saying you can't use those 2022 cards. Sometimes they will come at a discount, but again, you're going to have a little bit of a nerfed max multiplier there on your XP bonus. So, this early in the season, there's not a ton of 2023 cards out there because most of the managers winning these cards at auction are using them this early in the season. So you search for a guy like Goldschmidt, got that MVP resume, only 2022 cards available for him, both at the limited and rare tiers. So to me, it is right now, the best way to build out your scarcity card collection is through the auctions. You can see this Trevor Richards. Some of the lower tier players are going to go for very cheap. Dinelson LeMay rare just went for $8. It looks like, you've got Tucker Barnhart at $1 with 5 minutes left. Like, this is where I think at this point of the season, you can really find the deals. So, mess around on that auction page if you're trying to build out your scarcity card collection. That's how I would approach it at this point with the MLB product and the season itself being so young at so rare. But another way to quickly build out your scarcity card collection, if you go to your My Cards tab, you have these starter packs as an option here. So obviously $70 is a lot. It can be a lot, especially if you're coming to this game thinking, hey, I can play So Rare for free, but it costs $70 to buy these starter packs. Well, look, you're getting a full lineup here. You get these 4 cards that are shown plus 3 other limiteds. And you look, this pack here would have finished 5th in the limited all-star game, all-star contest of game week 1. This one here would have finished 2nd. So again, the rewards at the top of those contests, look at limited all-star, 470 limited cards available. 2nd place is a tier 1 limited. I mean, that is going to be a very valuable card, whether you're trying to turn around and flip that on the marketplace or use it in your lineups going forward this season. Would have got a tier 2 for that 5th place finish. So starter packs, if you're trying to get into those scarcity contests, this seems like a very easy way to start your collection in that manner and not have to sit on the auction page all day and, wait for the right players to come around. So just wanted to point out the availability of those starter packs. Before we build my common lineup for game week 3 here, again, I have invested in the scarcity cards on the NBA side, on the football, the soccer side of things, especially with my MLS fandom for anybody who knows me, but trying to build kind of organically here on the MLB side. So not a great game week 2 for me. Hunter Green's start got pushed back to today. That could actually maybe benefit us here in game week 3, but tough week for guys like Blake Snell, who did not have a good performance last night. So only a tier 4 reward here from my common lineup this week. So I hope you fared a little bit better. Here I get Dylan Floro adding to my relief pitcher depth. I did manage to pick up another relief pitcher with my swap, one of my swaps this week. Again, another way to build out your common collection. Use this card swap. You can trade in 1 common card every 24 hours and get a selection of 5 as a potential new card for a swap. And if you see one in that group of 5 that Sorare offers you that you would rather have than the card you offered up to swap, you can make that swap, and that new card comes into your collection. Old one gets burned out. And that's a really good way to stay on top of things once a day, making that trade in, or at least going through that process. If you don't see a card in that group of 5 that you would like to trade for the card you offered up, you can cancel out. It's still going to reset that 24-hour timer, but you don't have to give up that card that you offered up for a swap. So let's go ahead. I'm jumping back into the minors competition this week. Obviously, you see there are about 5,000 more participants in that minors compared to common all-star, but 200 limited cards as a reward compared to just 100 in that common all-star contest. So that's where I'm going this week, and we'll start it off here. Obviously, Blake Snell, I believe, through yesterday on Thursday. And again, Hunter Green start pushback today for the Phillies, or for the Reds, excuse me, as the Phillies home opener was pushed back to today. So I'm going to go ahead. I think both of these guys not in great spots. Philly, tough start to the season. I still do respect their lineup, but Hunter Green's got a ton of strikeout upside, and I do think his ERA, if you're looking at the FTN projections early in the season, I think we were a little bit higher on Hunter Green than some other places around the industry. So clearly I bought into that, putting him into my initial lineup. So Hunter Green going to go into my lineup today. Obviously, you see the Dylan Floro card I just pulled from the reward. He's available there. Clay Holmes is there, who had a very good that's the guy who I got in my swap midweek. He had a good week too, but I'm still going to go with my guy, Jonathan Hernandez, down here as the Rangers, you see, at the Cubs this weekend. Corner infielder, going back to my guy, Nathaniel Lowe. Obviously, he's kind of a boom-bust play there as a corner infielder play. My middle infielder play, sticking with Sal Perez there. Outfielder, give me Chris Bryant. Rockies back home in Coors, taking on the Nats this weekend. I like Chris Bryant as my outfielder play. And then extra spot, right? Any hitter, and then flex is any player. So for any hitter, the other side of that Coors matchup this weekend, give me Victor Robles in there as my extra hitter, and then in the flex, Lucas Giolito. I think going to beat out any of these position players for me. Giolito taking on the Pirates today in the Pirates home opener. Shout out Adam Stranges. I know he's going to be out there cheering on the Bucks, but I'm going to be cheering on Giolito today in my So Rare lineup. We'll submit that. We are good to go in the common minors contest. Green, Hernandez, Lowe, Sal Perez, Chris Bryant, Victor Robles, and Giolito to round out the lineup. So again, I appreciate you tuning in, sticking with me here on this Game Week 3 preview video. If you've got any questions about So Rare, need a second pair of eyes on your lineup, or want to talk strategy with the auction or the direct sales here on So Rare on the MLB side, don't hesitate to reach out to me at Kawaisenberg DFS on Twitter, or tag me in the FTN Discord channels. Always happy to talk So Rare. And if you're just signing up, again, a reminder, if you sign up through the link in the description of this video, you're going to get a free limited card with the first purchase, or with the purchase, excuse me, of your first 5 scarcity cards on the primary market. Not a bad deal getting that free limited card after you purchase 5. That'll do it. Hopefully we have a clean weather weekend across the MLB. Don't want to see anybody catch zeros as I did in game week 2 with my pitchers getting pushed back, but it is what it is. That's the game we play, and now we're looking forward. That's the great thing about So Rare. There's always another game week coming up. So game week 3, let's get it. I'll see you guys back here on Monday for game week 4, and good luck this weekend.